Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will learn what is relative atomic mass, reason for selecting carbon 12 as a standard, example of relative atomic mass, about atomic mass unit. When you go to the supermarket and want to buy 1 kg potatoes, then how shopkeeper give you 1 kg apples? Yes, he use some standard weight like half kg weight, 1 kg weight, 2 kg weight, and etc. What the shopkeeper actually do? He places the potatoes in one pan and 1 kg weight on other pan. As you can see, both pans are unbalanced, so the shopkeeper adds some more potatoes in pan. Now the equilibrium is established between two pans as they are balanced now. So we can easily get 1 kg potatoes. Here the mass of potatoes is relative as it compared to 1 kg, which is a standard unit for measuring mass. Similarly, if you want to buy 2 kg tomatoes, the shopkeeper put 2 kg weight in one pan and some tomatoes in other pan. As you can see, both pans are unbalanced, so the shopkeeper takes some more tomatoes from the pan to get balance between the pans and give you 2 kg tomatoes. Here the mass of tomatoes is relative as it compared to 2 kg, which is a standard unit for measuring mass. Can we find out the mass of a single atom like hydrogen, sulfur and nitrogen using this balance? No, we never find it as the atomic mass is very small quantity. So how can we find out the mass of a single atom? Let's find its answer by a concept in chemistry. At the beginning of discoveries of atom, it was needed to know the masses of discovered atoms, and there was no such sophisticated instrument through which the exact masses of that discovered atom can be calculated. So the scientists find out relative masses of atoms. They find out the masses of atoms by relating it with another atom and called it a standard atom. At the beginning, they relate masses of other atom by hydrogen atom. The use of hydrogen as a standard was not so acceptable as it was difficult to carry a gas and some other reasons as well. The scientists start using carbon 12 as a standard. Let's discuss the reason of using carbon 12 as a standard. When a teacher wants to choose a monitor for class, what will he see in a student? Yes, before selecting a monitor for class, teachers see their attendance. The most regular student will be best as a monitor of class. The first thing you see will be the attendance of the student. For chemists, the most important things to see is the abundance mean percentage of existence of that element in nature, which will use as a standard in future. The second thing the teacher see while selecting a student as a monitor is either he is active or not. If a student is not active in the class, then how can he control the class? So the second thing which chemists saw before selecting an element is as a standard is its reactivity. That element should show some reactivity. It should not insert or least reactive like noble gases group. The other thing which teachers see will be either he is naughty or not. If he is active but very naughty, then he will busy all the time in mischief activities. So how will he control the class? So the third thing which chemists saw before selecting an element as a standard is the element should be active but not so active that it all the time react with other chemicals or elements like alkali metal group or halogen group or most reactive elements. We can say that neither the element is least reactive nor too reactive, which is used as a standard. Will the teacher make monitor to a student which have two or three other sibling in class? No, the teacher not prefer to make that student class monitor as he will never say anything to his siblings. So the fourth thing the chemist saw before selecting the element as a standard is that it should have no isotopes or less isotopes. The other thing which teachers see is either it is easy to handle that student or not, means he obey the teacher instructions or not. So the last thing chemists saw before selecting the element as a standard is that it should be easy to handle. Gases and liquids are difficult to handle, but solid are easy to handle. So the chemist considered these things before selecting the element as a standard: its abundance, its reactivity, its isotopes, and its nature. They compare many elements and found carbon 12 as the best element which can be used up as a standard. One thing to remember that at that time there was no isotopes of carbon, so they selected carbon as a standard and started to find out masses of other elements using carbon 12. Now it is two more isotopes are discovered, such that carbon 13 and carbon 14. But you can see that carbon 12 is most abundance in nature than carbon 13 and 14. So carbon 13 and 14 are less available in nature, and carbon 14 is radioactive as well. Therefore, carbon 12 is a best choice to use it as a standard. After selecting carbon 12 as a standard, the chemist decided to calculate masses of other elements with respect to carbon 12. Let's know how they find out masses of elements by comparing with carbon 12. If we put carbon 12 on both pens like that, you see the balance is in equilibrium because the mass number of both carbon is 12. Now if we divide this carbon atom in 12 equal parts or 12 equal units like this, you can see the balance is still in equilibrium because these 12 units still make total mass 12. Always remember, we divide carbon 12 in 12 equal parts or units because it has mass number 12. Now we can say that a single atom of carbon has 12 units. In simple words, we can say that there are 12 units in a single carbon 12 atom. Now we will use these small units for carbon for comparing masses of other elements as standard units. For example, consider a single atom of nitrogen on one side of balance and 12 units of carbon on other side. We observe nitrogen is heavier than 12 carbon units. But if we add two more carbon units in this side, the balance gets equilibrium. So we can say that mass of a single nitrogen atom is equal to 14 units of carbon. Similarly, consider a sodium atom on one side of balance and 23 units of carbon on other side of balance to balance its equilibrium. So we can say that mass of a single sodium atom is equal to 23 unit of carbon. Consider an oxygen atom on one side of balance and 16 unit of carbon on other side of balance to balance its equilibrium. So we can say that mass of a single oxygen atom is equal to 16 units of carbon. Now listen it carefully. As the mass of single nitrogen atom is equal to 14 units of carbon, so it is relative atomic mass of nitrogen because it is compared with standard unit of carbon atom. Similarly, mass of single sodium atom is equal to 23 units of carbon, so it is relative atomic mass of sodium because it is compared with standard unit of carbon atom. Similarly, mass of single oxygen atom is equal to 16 units of carbon, so it is relative atomic mass of oxygen because it is compared with standard unit of carbon atom. Therefore, masses of these atoms is called relative atomic masses. What is atomic mass unit AMU? We have learned that the mass of a single carbon atom is equal to its 12 units. You can say that we divide mass of a single carbon in 12 equal parts. Now if we take only one part of carbon out of its 12 units, we call this stage unit of carbon as 1 atomic mass unit or 1 AMU. As we see, the mass of single atom of nitrogen is equal to 14 units of carbon. Now we can say that the mass of single atom of nitrogen is 14 AMU. Similarly, the mass of single atom of sodium is equal to 23 units of carbon. Now we can easily say that the mass of single atom of sodium is 23 AMU. Similarly, the mass of single atom of oxygen is equal to 16 units of carbon. Now we can say that the mass of single atom of oxygen is 16 AMU. This was all about relative atomic mass. In the next video, I will explain the scientific definition of relative atomic mass and relation of atomic mass unit with mole. Till then, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Allah Hafiz and thank you.